iPower 617, DeMarco Joe White, how y'all doing out there? iPower 617 Nation. With us in the studio, Occupy Urban Radio Studios, is a special guest running for Congress. She could be our next congresswoman, hopefully, down in Washington, D.C. to give John Boehner and these other Republicans and Democrats a piece of her mind. Please welcome back Karla Romero. Two more questions. What are your thoughts about candidate Mitt Romney, who's running for president, who said that he doesn't care about the poor people, but only care about the rich? We got African Americans, Latinos, and poor whites living below the poverty level. I was watching this on 60 Minutes. People are living in motels. Yeah. People are eating off the street in garbage cans. And you know what? Poverty is cancer.
Yes, it is.
And I don't know what else to tell you, but what can you do to convince Congress that poor people, homeless people, and people living below the poverty level are human beings too, and they need assistance?
You know what? This is the most interesting thing. Unfortunately, a lot of people have never had the opportunity to perhaps visit the White House. One of the things that I do, I run a youth ambassador program where I take urban city girls that may have never even stepped off of their block. Okay, I take these girls and I take them to different places such as the United Nations, and I have them speak and compete in different global programs. And recently I took a group of girls to the White House, and I've done it many times, and they're guests of the Secret Service. Now, what is astonishing is the fact that every single member of Congress has to step over a sea of homeless people in order to get to work each day. So they are either blind or absolutely lacking common humanity, that you can ignore a sea of poverty. And then the other thing that was really horrifying is the fact that this is in our nation's capital. If any place should shine in the United States of America and represent prosperity and the beauty of America, you would imagine that it would be Washington, D.C., but I will tell you, Washington, D.C. itself reflects a lot of the social ills and the economic ills that we have in our society, and it was very saddening. If people visit my website, the Mass Appeal International website, you'll actually see a photo journal that was done by one of my best students, a Haitian little girl, a very brilliant girl, and we had her also involved taking public speaking classes at Harvard. She's only a high school little girl, but through our program, she's been able to get these opportunities, and you will see through a child's eye that experience in America and the experience of poverty. She documents it through photography and through her journalism, her writing. So I think that's just number one. I think it's really, it's more important for the rest of us here, the real people. It's supposed to be we the people, not we the politicians. It's up to us to decide to run and take office and take back America, take back these seats and gain control so that way we can represent our own perspectives. It's not going to happen any other way.
Right.
This is why I have decided to run. I know what poverty looks like. I understand struggle. I understand adversity. I grew up in it. And, you know, I'm not someone that has turned my back on my community. Just today, I had a homeless woman in my house that I was making sure had food, had clothing, because she had just gone through something horrible in her life, you know, and she's just gotten clean off of drugs. So like I said, for me, I think it's most important that we get someone who is right there shoulder to shoulder with you, who can understand what the stench of poverty is. I'm right there, and I understand it, and I know it, I see it, and I walk it. So I think that's what's really key. We need to have representatives that represent us.
Right.
That's what's key. So I think the other thing that people need to know in the listening audience is the fact that from a woman's perspective, we make up 51% of the American population. However, we are only 17% in Congress, and you wonder why our issues continue to be crushed on the congressional floor. Worse for people of color, we only make up 4% of Congress, and you wonder why you do not have a voice. We only make up 4%. I'm asking you, and I'm challenging you. Right now, we are collecting 2,000 signatures to get on the ballot. I need your support. I need volunteers, and I need your signature to go out, talk to your neighbor, talk to your church members, talk to the ladies at the hair salon, the brothers at the barber shop, and let's go ahead and get our voices heard on the congressional level. As they say, if you're not seated at the table, it's because you're on the menu. And I think it's time that we have our seat at the table in Congress in the state of Massachusetts.
We got to get you on, not just BNN, but we got to get you on to talk with Soledad O'Brien from CNN, MSNBC. We got to get you on the Al Sharpton show, Politics Nation. Mm-hmm. I'll do anything to get you elected, even Washington Watch with Roland Martin on TV One, anything to get you elected, because we need that person of color. So I'm on board. iPower Voice 2012 is on board. And we have our first candidate running for Congress. Her name is Karla Romero, exclusively here on iPower 617. And final thoughts, any shout outs you want to give out to anybody and those who are planning on voting for you?
Yes, I definitely want to give out a shout out to Team Romero, who is there with me. Those are all my volunteers that are always beating the street, putting out flyers, who are asking for those signatures, and they understand what this is all about. They understand the importance of this election. 2012 is going to be one of the most important elections, people. Don't let this thing slip you by. You need to get out and have your voices heard. The 7th Congressional District makes up Boston, Cambridge, Somerville, Chelsea, Everett, Randolph, and Milton. It has been named the Super Minority District. However, we're not the minority in this district. We are the greatest members of this district. We make up the greatest numbers. And so what that means is we should finally, for the first time in history, have someone who looks like us, that understands us, that represents us. Never in the history of Massachusetts have we ever had someone from our community represent us in Congress. Never have you had anyone from the lower Roxbury, South End region, Dorchester, Mattapan, who understands where we're coming from Chelsea. Never have we had anybody who've walked these streets, who have worked hand in hand with the people, represent us in Congress, and that's what's wrong. And we are here to make it right. I need you in 2012. Please get in contact with me. Visit me on Facebook. It's just simply Karla Romero. You can Google me, look into my background, give me a call, 781-321-0406. After you visit my website at votekarlaromero.com, let me know what you love, what you hated, and what you think I got right on, because this is our year. We're going to make this the year of the woman, and we are going to make this the year of the community of color.
All right, there you have it. Candidate Karla Romero running for Congresswoman down in Washington, D.C. Hopefully she'll be talking with those from both sides, from Nancy Pelosi to John Boehner, whoever's down in Congress, Maxine Waters, Sheila Jackson Lee. We need to come together because, believe it or not, whether Republican or Democrat, they're working together. So just a name. But when it comes to independence, that's a whole different ball game, because they're trying to help us move forward, not move backwards.
That's right.
Is what the Republicans are trying to do. Congresswoman, might as well say it. Thank you for being on iPower 617. Got to get used to saying Congresswoman Romero.
That's right.
Down in Washington, D.C. Thank you for being here on iPower 617.
Thank you for having me. It's a pleasure, and I'm sure I'll be back many more times.
All right. This is DeMarco Joe White of iPower 617, and we'll be right back. Hang on.